Hello, and welcome back to the Blue Knitter Podcast. My name's NJerry, or NJ. You guys, you're welcome to call me NJ. Sorry, had a burp coming up. I just ate, by the way. It's Sunday evening. I got back from a run. Been running around all day, and I finally got some food in my belly, and now I'm like, I want to take a nap. Why did I say I was going to podcast tonight? But I am ready to show you guys some finished socks because these socks have been looming. Pause real quick before we do that. Welcome to the new subscribers. Thank you so much. Welcome back to my old subscribers, all 30 of you. And hi to my new friends that I made at DFW Fiberfest, and I think Jennifer was her friend. Anyway, you guys were awesome. Thank you for subscribing, and she was really sweet. I met him at the Juju Crew meetup thing. Anyway, let's talk about the elephant in the room, shall we? This whole thing. Okay, let me stand up just so I can show it. If you want photos, you can always go to my Ravelry page. It's linked below. You don't need to see all the goodies in there. But let's just real quick. Buttons. Actually, I have the buttons right here. The buttons are by Bits and Bags. They're in the UK. Sorry for the crinkle. There you go. And there's a little website down there. I will link them below too, but everybody keeps asking me about these buttons. I don't blame them. That's why I got them. They're beautiful buttons. So this is finally done. I wore it to Fiberfest. I saw my friends at Fiberfest in it. Nobody knew I knit it until I brought it to their attention. They're like, "Oh, that does look hand knit." It's like, no, that's okay. I wanted something basic that blends in. And then when you look even closer, everybody's like, "Oh, that's shiny." And I'm like, "Yep, it's shiny." But it's very subtle, and that's exactly what I wanted. So this is the Everyday Cardigan by Peg Richards. And it's a piece fleece pattern. Cardigan. And of course I made a modification because it wouldn't be me otherwise. I did a set in pocket, my first set in pocket. Ideally, if I ever do a set in pocket again, which I will not, I don't care for them, and I like to be able to edit them a little bit, I would move the pocket back a bit. But it still functions, it's still a pocket. I seamed it all up. The pattern is written for seamed. I don't like seaming, so I did it all in one big piece. But you also have to understand the pattern is written for a piece fleece, which is a non-superwash yarn, and I'm using a superwash yarn. So I kind of get seaming a non-superwash yarn to give it some goof, and a non-superwash could take that, but a superwash, I ain't got time for it. It's already gonna be heavy, it's gonna be warm, but I love it, and it's exactly what I wanted. I wanted a basic cardigan drop shoulder that I could throw on and off all winter, and I'm just love living in this. And if I could ever knit anything else, maybe, with socks. I forgot to say, there's a lot of sock knitting here, so if you don't like socks, sorry. I do knit sweaters on occasion, and if I ever do start knitting a sweater again, I'll put it on the thumbnail, so you people who don't like socks don't have to worry. Don't have to sit here and listen to it. Okay, anyway, that's my FO. Details are on my Ravelry page, and I'll of course link that below. I did forget to say, I think I've forgotten to mention, it's on there, but all those links below where I link the designer and stuff like that, those all feed to the Ravelry, and then my project page on Ravelry, because I am pretty good at updating my Ravelry, stash, everything. So you can find all that below. I love it when people do that, and I'm pointing at nothing, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Because I always watch it on my TV, so it's it's really not linked below because I got to go on my phone and get it. Anyway, so first, FO. They're so pretty. These are, I'm just going to let you guys look at that for a second. But these are, I'm just going to show one. The anniversary, Leo and Roxy anniversary socks. And it's in Leo and Roxy marled base. Leo and Roxy. This is a discontinued sock set that she did. She said she's not doing the marled colorways anymore. And for whatever reason, this is work sock set pattern, and this is the designer, Leo and Roxy, but this isn't like the actual photo that's on the actual Leo and Roxy anniversary sock set pattern. And I think she took that one off. They just did their website. Oh yeah, it's still on their website, never mind. She just kind of raised the price, but she does not sell on Ravelry. So you have to buy directly from her website. And the pattern did come with their sock sets. I did some modifications, I think. Oh no, I forgot. Let's see. Just gonna look it up real quick. The modifications you can also find on my Ravelry page, but you know, since I'm here. So for the cuff, it's 35 rounds. So contrast color, the white 10, the contrast color is 5, and then I did 5 more for the white, and then I did 5 more for the contrast color, and then 10 more for the rest of the cuff. And then I knit the leg 60, classic heel flapping gusset, but instead of the 16 rows for the heel flapping gusset, I found that 17 gives me a little bit more wiggle room in my high instep to play with. That's a tip that I got from Summer Lee. We'll talk about her in a minute. But and then I of course just worked it plain, and then after the last decrease I did 60 rows because due to this picking up more stitches, I had more stitches to decrease. Typically I'll do 65 for the foot, but 60. Yay, now I can wear them because they have been done since the beginning of September. So yes, this podcast is long overdue, but here you go. Got 2, both done, promise. So there's that. And then next I have my Okanagan socks by Andrea Rangel. Did I show the photo? Oh yeah, I did. Let me show the photo of this. Andrea Rangel, my girl. I love Andrea. Like I used to test for her. I know I've said this before, but it can never be said enough. I love Andrea. I love the way she writes patterns, and I love the way she treats her testers. She is just so, like, she is open to feedback. Like, if there's something that you suggest and she's just kind of like, well, this is why I did this. Like, you know, and I'm like, oh, well then, by all means, you're the designer. Or, like, sometimes I think I told her I got really confused at one part. I said, have you considered doing this? And she's like, that's a good idea if it makes it easier. And then she goes and puts that in her pattern. So, I love that. Like, of course, the designer doesn't have to listen to me. I'm just the tester, but I appreciate it when designers do that. And Andrea's such a great person. And Andrea, I know you're not watching, but hi, in case you are. but I had to, like, go pump her tires for a little bit. This particular pattern is $10 US for a sock pattern, which I would say is high for a sock pattern, but for what you get, totally worth it. Anyway, I'm going to show the socks. Look at those. Oh, let me hide my face. But yeah, they look amazing. Look at that. I did everything as written, except like the length. I think she said, I think it's shorter. So I did the rib part, and then I did all this as written, except I did not cut my yarn when I was carrying it, and she says to cut it, and I think that's just a mistake. and then I knit 60 for the leg, because out of habit I just knit 60 for a leg, and I can't help it, no matter how long the top part is. I did not pay attention to the pattern. I was apparently supposed to work this back piece different, and that's where I messed up. And I did an extra row for the heel flap because I like more gusset stitches in my instep to pick up for my high instep. This is non-superwash yarn, all non-superwash, because it's a hiking sock, and I think it's going to be so fun to take walks in these in the winter, especially when I move, because my new place is right by the trail, hopefully, if I get this place don't want to overthink it. This is Sea Change Fibers. The colorway is Au Naturel, and I believe it was like Stormy Seas. Don't quote me on that. I'll look it up in a sec. And then this little contrast color right here is Leo and Roxy, their natural socks. So she is having a sale right now if anybody's interested. I'm not allowed to because I broke the bank at Fiberfest. But this little, it's called Tell Me a Secret from Leo and Roxy, and I am to be continued. There will be another pair of socks with Tell Me a Secret in there. Oh, I'm sorry, this is called Stormy Seas. But I looked and it is, oh, guess I could have told you that. It is 80% Corridel, 20% nylon, non-superwash. And the Leo and Roxy was 80-22, but it was superwash merino. It was just the marl base. Yeah, there's really nothing more to say about it. It has a reinforced cuff and then a reinforced toe, and I love the reinforced toe. And then I also like this little addition where it ribs in. This will not be my only pair of these. Like, I plan to have one of these always on my needle, except the only thing is it's knit on a size 0, and the size 0 hurt my fingers. So just to keep in mind, if any of you guys ever tried size 0s, if any of you have tried size 0s and they don't hurt your hands, reach out to me. I think it's because I'm such a tight knitter, because these things could stand up on themselves. But the whole point of the pattern was for it to be super dense, and she says that in the pattern. Because Andrea puts so much thought in her designs because she's amazing. Anyway, Okanagan socks, Andrea Rangel. Genius pattern, worth every single cent. If that pattern was $12, I'd pay for it because it's just amazing. Up next FO. It's really been a month, so like I haven't been really busy, but it's just I've been cranking them out because these I wanted to finish by the end of October so that I could put them on the Knits in Pieces contest thing, and I did. So these are just a pair of basic vanilla socks. So I'll take one. So it was 20 for the cuff, 75 for the leg because I wanted to try something different. And then the heel flap and gussets, same old. I did 17 for the heel flap to pick up more stitches in the gusset. And then the foot, I can't remember what I did for the foot. I think I did 65 for the foot. I didn't write that down apparently. This pattern is from Summerlee's book, The Sock Project. And the pattern is called Basic Socks #1, the heel flap and gussets. So this is for, hang on, I'm gonna find it real quick. So this is from chapter 3. Chapter 3 has this whole thing on basic socks. So basic socks #1. Basic socks #1, heel flap and gusset is the pattern. And I'm gonna say this, I love Summerlee. I do not care for the way I don't care for her vanilla heel flap and gusset recipe. And I get it. So she wants you to measure this. And I think for a new sock knitter, it's too intimidating to pull it and do all that. And like, it's just too intimidating. So you don't really know how long this gusset is unless you count it on your own and do all that math. Crazy Sock Lady tells you all that information so you don't have to think. She's like, work 16, work 18, work whatever. But I agree with Summer where it's better to find that out on your own and what that number is for you. But Crazy Sock Lady, she takes all the thinking out of it and she's like, just knit 16 rows of this, whatever. Anyway, I say all that to say I prefer the way that I already know. But if you don't know what you're doing, I think it's a good starter point. She also doesn't pick up enough stitches for this gusset, which I don't understand because she's a tight knitter too. Anyway, I'm rambling. I like Summer, but I will not listen to the way she writes her heel flap and gusset in any of her patterns. I use Crazy Sock Ladies. That's just my 2 cents. Please don't come for me. I love her patterns, and I love her brain, and I love her personality. I wanted to try something new, and instead of doing a 60 round leg, I did 75, and I think I like 75 better. Lately, I've been noticing the legs on my socks have been too short. And another thing that I noticed after making this sock, because I really wanted to find a pattern sock and I couldn't find one that was going to make the yarn shine. So what I found out is I really like heel flap and gusset, vanilla heel flap and gusset socks. So I don't know, Laura from Stellar Needlecraft said, she goes, I'm just going to call you Kay, the crazy sock lady from now on, because you just get so many socks. But you all know. Anyway, this is Always Be Kind yarn. Another Laura. The colorway is Black Light Onyx, and it's 75/25 on her super sock base. That's 460 yards. So that's done. I am going to put these on right after the podcast because loves them. Loves them. And it's too hot for the other two. The other two are like real packed in there. That is that one. That's all the FOs. That's all the FOs. 16 minutes. I'm doing good. Next, we're going to move on to whips. So the first one, let's talk about the one that's been on my needles the longest and has the least progress on it. So after before Fiberfest, I wanted to cast on using some, what's the name of your company? Forbidden Fiber yarn. I don't think I even like started using her yarn. And then I went to Fiberfest and got a completely different base from what I already had, because I'm like, why would I buy the same base from the same dyer or whatever? Anyway, I do want to try on these socks to see how much I like this base because it's a thicker base. So it's Forbidden Fiber Co. I don't know why I'm showing you the ball band before I showed you the yarn, but the yarn is called, it's her Glutton sock base, and it's Dorothy from her Wizard of Oz collection. Her Glutton sock base is a very thick, it's like 4-ply, 80/20 merino. It's not that 2-ply that we were thinking of, that we were used to. And when I ordered it online, I was afraid it was that 2-ply, but she was having a sale, so I'm like, I don't really care. This is the yarn, by the way, just to get you, I mean, like I said, I have not had any work on it because I was just casting on like a cast on queen. So that's it. It reminds me of Dorothy's dress. And I told you guys, if you watched the last episode, I know that was long, I'm sorry. It was my, not sorry. It was my DFW Fiberfest recap. I got my little Wizard of Oz stitch markers. I love the Wizard of Oz. So there's my Dorothy stitch marker on my Dorothy sock. If anybody knows of a Wizard of Oz Advent or Wizard of Oz anything, just send it my way and I'll buy it. Because if you're trying to sell anything, just put a Wizard of Oz name on there. Or have it remind me of the Wizard of Oz and I'm like, sold. Anyway, should tell you the name of those socks. Those are the Simply Rib socks. By Simple Rib socks with a square heel by This Handmade Life. I feel like, somebody that I follow from Nitty Natty Group. I used to be part of Nitty Natty's membership. So somebody from her membership posted a finished object of that in pink, and I'm like, I need that. I don't know if I'm feeling this yarn for these socks though. Every time I look at it, I feel like it needs to be something else. So I really don't know about this. We'll see how it goes. It might need to be a solid, or maybe it's, I don't know what it is. I don't know. We're gonna pause on Dorothy a minute because I wanted to reread the books while I watch it. So that was just my little keep my hands busy, read the books while I watch. But I also think that would be a really fun sock. Anyway, I'm rambling. You guys don't want to hear all that, or maybe you do. I don't know. You're here. If you're still here, maybe you do. Okay. Anyway, my next sock, and a sock that I'm going to admit that I need to spend more time working on. So one of my favorite designers, if you know, you know, because in the beginning of the year I did a test for him and now I'm doing another test for him. His name is James N. Watts. I love him. I love his style. I love his aesthetic. I love his personality. I love the way that like he can be upset and like just be like, I can't fix this situation right now, so we're gonna do this. And like, he's just awesome. So, sorry, I heard somebody at the door. So I signed up to test this sock when I saw it for him. It's called the Pixel Tweed sock by James N. Watts. Isn't that cute? So when I signed up to knit it, to test it, I did not know that it was toe up. And if you know me, you've been here a while, I don't like to knit toe up socks because they don't fit, and I have managed to mess up 2 whole pair. I have successfully knit a toe up sock, but it didn't fit the same way my cuff down socks did, and it was a whole thing. So anyway, I'm just looking for a ball band. Don't mind me. So anyway, I found that out after I signed up for it. I'm sure he put it in there, but I think I just got excited when I saw the test call. And I never get picked for tests, so I didn't think I'd get picked. And honestly, I'm starting to think, I think James picks everybody because he knows that stuff happens and he's just kind of covering his bases when he picks anybody that signs up. I don't know. Anyway, this is how far I've gotten because I can't walk and knit them. Like, I mean, I haven't really been working on them. I'm gonna be honest, guys. It's not as mindless as stockinette. I do have to pay attention. And the yarn management is kind of annoying. Also, just gonna say that. Because there's 3 different colors, and anyway. All things I knew, but when you see it, it's like, it goes so much faster in your head. So we'll see how this goes. I think he gave us a month to finish a sock, so that's really nothing. So, and then my plan was to do a repeat, like a 6-row repeat a day, and that hasn't been happening. But I'm gonna get back on the ball because I really want these socks. They're pretty, they just are time consuming. So, oops, the yarn is, so the yellow is Whimsy Stitches. It's a highlighter yellow and it's in his ultra soft sock. And it's 85.15. Slide that back in there. And then the black is Pretty Twisted Yarns. Teresa, Pretty Twisted Yarns. Don't Fear the Reaper. And it's just a really good black. And it is also 85.15, 437 yards. And then the blue is Tide Pool, also by Pretty Twisted Yarns. So there you go. Yeah, pray for me. I've got 20 days to finish this and I have not even pretended to prioritize it. Next up, oh yes, I'm doing the Spacious Node Computer. It's called the Spacious OMG Heel by Megan Williams. And it's a sock heel that that won't interrupt the stripe is the whole point of it. But I am using also Always Be Kind yarn. And it's her Jack and Sally. This is Jack micro striping. I did not remember buying micro striping, but I think that's what I bought. And the striping was cooler, but for some reason, somehow I bought micro striping, but I guess. Anyway, this is probably gonna go to Knit the Rainbow if I'm being honest, because I don't know. Part of me loves it, and another part of me is like, meh, I'm not feeling it. So anyway, It's a very strange heel construction. I don't want to give it away because if I tell you anything about it, it's giving the whole thing away. But I just have the foot to go on this, and not much to say about it. It is living in my horror latte bag. I love this bag. It is by the Sexy Knitter. It's a Sexy Knitter bag, and if you look at the lattes really closely, I'm sorry, let me get my face out of the way. You'll see Jason and Freddy and Ghostface, and they're having a Starbucks party. And it's one of those bags that you see, and you have to look again because you're like, did I just see that? Oh, and Michael Myers is on one of the foaming cups. It doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense, but I love it. Like, look at it. Anyway, it's living in there, and I bought this bag last year at Fiberfest along with a bunch of horror movie man stitch markers. Oh, look, there's Michael Myers on the other side. See, Michael? And before this fell off the needles earlier, it had my Freddy Krueger made in China stitch marker on it. There you go. But anyway, those are my October socks. The OMG heel. Because it's really all the October yarn I had. And I started them because I'm like, I don't need a Beetlejuice box. I'll just knit with the yarn I have. And then Kindful Knits did a podcast, and we're going to segue into the last whip and also enact some acquisitions too, because guys, I have no self-control. So to segue into this, I blame Laura for Always Be Kind yarn, and I blame the Beetlejuice movie. And I also want to figure out my vanilla sock recipe for vanilla socks. So I know, like, I just want to, oh, I'm sorry, on this one I did 70 rounds for the leg. So I want to know how many rounds is the right round for me, because 60 ain't cutting it. Sorry, Kay. Crazy sock ladies. She loves her 60 round socks, and that's fine. 60 is okay for like shorter socks, but I like them a little longer in the winter. So anyway, I want to play around with how many rounds I like on my sock leg, and then the heel flap and gusset part. Like, I want that to be exactly where I want it. Let me take a sip of water. Sorry, it's water today. It's I'm doing Sober October, so we'll see how that goes. But it's just water today, and I've been drinking water lately. So I wanted to see, like, I want to understand my my heel flapping gusset sock recipe that is ingrained in my head, so I don't have to pull up Crazy Sock Lady's pattern every single time. And also I tweak a lot of things on her, so it is my recipe, but she started it. So anyway, without further ado, I got a Beetlejuice box from Slick Chick Bags. Okay, so this is the yarn, and this is where I am so far. It came with a little mini. I'm so sorry that I didn't show you guys this, but as soon as I got it, I wanted to knit with it after seeing that. I love Beetlejuice. Me and my sister watched the movies when we were kids, but I have a photo. I took 2 photos. So this is how the yarn looked in the skein. It's so pretty. I thought of you guys. I took photos. Look how cute that is. It's just so pretty. So, yeah. And so the box came first. There's crinkle. Look at this paper. Like, she thought of everything. So she got Beetlejuice paper in the box. There was also some green paper too that she put in my box. I think the purple boxes probably came with like a purple box. And then if you look on the top of the box, it says Beetle Box. It's showtime on the box. So like, You can tell, and then she has her own little tape. It's Slip Chick bags, which I love. And then, and then it came with a free pattern for a pair of mitts to download. So I was like, okay. And then it came with a Zagnut candy bar that I can't eat, of course, but I'll find somebody to take it. And if you know, you know. If you haven't seen Beetlejuice and you don't understand this reference, please go see Beetlejuice. And then you will understand that reference. It came with 2 Simply Serving stitch markers. The first one was this sandworm, because how do you not? Sandworm. And then she also gave me these little brain. These light bulb stitch markers as well for progress keepers. And then it also came with this. I'm going to turn it around. Handbook for the recently deceased stitch marker. As soon as I saw this, I wanted the box. Because I think Simply Serving, it's her card, I think she's not going to be making stitch markers anymore. And the fact that the sandworm sold out and then you can only get these in the box, I am really pissed off that you can't see this in all its glory. So awesome. There we go. Focus. Okay, that's as good as I'm gonna get. I'm gonna put this here so I don't lose it. So that was the only way to get that stitch marker. So that was sold, and then I saw the yarn on Laura's podcast, and then she sold me there. And then it also came with this cute little card that tells you how to like refluff your bag if it gets wrinkled. And then it came with like a little progress marker for your project. And then it came with stickers that I want to put on my water bottle. But I'm not sure how long that water bottle is going to last me. I don't know. It's been through it, that poor little water bottle. So, you're the ghost with the most, babe. And then this one is I myself am strange and unusual. God, I just love this movie. And then it came with just a little slick chick sticker. So I thought that was really cool. Thank you, Slick Chick, because I really have not seen any of your bags. Oh, be nice if I showed the bag. So there's the mini. Always Be Kind yarn. Like it says, it's showtime. Oh, and if you're wondering, when I weigh my yarn before I start using it, I'll write that on the label in case I forget to put it in Ravelry. So, and here's the bag. Did I show the bag? I can't remember. Old lady brain and old people news. So on one, it's clear, but on one side it's like a clear purple, and then you turn it, and then this top right up here is like a yellowy green. Then you turn it around. There's the purple. And then there's like a clear green on the other side. Look at that, look at that. And then the handle is a sandworm. I can't walk and knit with this handle, but oh well. And then this little pull tab. I don't know how, where, or I don't know where she got this, but how cool is that? It says Beetlejuice on it. And it's like official Beetlejuice. It's like the logo and everything. Okay. Yeah, anyway. Camera, you're done. Okay, and I'm almost done. Almost done. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to talk about was Shelabobby. I won her little her giveaway, and then I finally picked my pattern, and I picked the Shell Cottage Socks by Helen Stewart. Not sure when I'll get to them, but I'm like itching to cast those on. It is Socktober. I think I should be allowed to cast on whatever I want. Those that was my gift from Shelby, and then I also won for Sock Week for Summer Sock Camp, and I got the Sweet Textures socks by Dana Ray Makes. And it was a free pattern as well. The designer donated it. So thank you, Kay, Crazy Sock Lady. Thank you, Dana. And thank you, Shelabobby, because you're awesome. Even though I called you Crazy Chicken Lady, you thought it was funny. She is not a crazy chicken lady. She's just a chicken lady, guys. Next is Hey Brown Berry was having a sale, and she had $2 off her patterns. So I got the melanated pearls sock, which is just a princess sock. Like if you're familiar with like a princess step. It don't want to click on what I'm clicking on. There you go. Good computer. Melanated pearls, and it's just a reverse stockinette sock. It's so you knit it not in reverse, but just so you don't have to do all that purling, and then you turn it inside out and you knit the heel flap regular. So the pearl side shows. So I like it, and I've always wanted to do a princess heel. So there you go, a princess foot. So you're stepping on all that smooth stuff. So I'm excited to do that. Don't know when I'll cast it on. Don't know what yarn. And the designer of the kite heel socks just came out with a vanilla version. Everybody's having a sale, y'all. Everybody. So it took everything in me to not cast these on last night. I had to stop and say, you have a Beetlejuice. Oh, I'm going to take my Beetlejuice socks to the movie with me on Tuesday. So no spoilers if you have not seen the movie. And don't spoil it for anybody else who watches the channel. I'm putting that in the comments. It's just me. So those socks, I can't wait to cast on. But I've told myself that I have to finish a sock that I have on the needle first. Just at least just one sock so I have the needles free. Because otherwise I'll get anxiety. And I have a test knit. I have to finish my test knit before I cast on that. Okay, so that's what we're going with. I finished my test knit, then my treat is I can cast on that. I have to finish both of them. And then I want to talk about what I was reading. So on October 1st, Frida McFadden's new book, The Boyfriend, came out. I am giving that one 5 stars. I loved it. I figured out who the killer was like about like an hour. Like it was almost an hour in. Like not in, I'm sorry, an hour out. So I had like an hour left to go. The main character annoyed the hell out of me, and she may annoy the hell out of you, because it's like, why aren't you telling him this? Like, he's a cop. And I don't want to give too much away, but like, you'll understand what I'm saying. It's like, what is wrong with you? But her main characters always piss me off, especially the women who sit there and allow themselves to get beat. Like, I'm sorry, I know that's triggering, and I wish I could cut that out. But anyway, so now I'm reading, and I just started reading today, The Girl in the Striped Dress by Ellie Midwood. And so far, I'm just on the 2nd chapter, so I can't really say. But I'm enjoying it. It's about a girl who a Nazi fell in love with her. It's based on a true story, but her books are kind of lightly based on a true story. Like, she kind of creates her own story, but they're really good stories. And I think the reason why they're so good is because there's a lot of fiction that she got in there, and then there's a lot of fiction play in there. And that's why they're really good, because they are ultimate love stories, but most of it is like, only about 10% of this is true. But I eat it up because it's like a love story in the most unlikely place, and they're based off real people, and some of the things actually did happen. So, you know, yeah, and it's about the trial, and then she ends up marrying this Nazi, and I want to look up who she really is. One of the reviews they kind of attacked her and like, this isn't even true, yada yada. Oh dude, come on, like none of her stories are 100% true. it's based on memory and nobody can remember all that. Like, so get over it. Like, it's a good story. And I love the way the writers tell stories, so I'll probably get more of her books because I'm liking her books. I just wish they were at the library because none of her books are at any of the libraries that I have cards to, so I have to get them all on Audible and pay for them or use my credit. Also, I wanted to say, I finished Naked and Afraid, Last One Standing. I'm not sure if I already said that because I've recorded this podcast so many times that I forgot what I've said. But I finished Naked and Afraid, Last One Standing. I loved it. I'm going to watch it again. Jeff's my boy. He's redeemed himself. Danny's my girl because she's a vegetarian on there. But Danny was a little cutthroat this year. I don't really know. Kate, if you listen to the Jake and Afraid podcast, Kate, he tore into Kate. But Kate kind of deserved it. She was just... I mean, not that I could do any of what they do, but like you tabbed, girl. You always tab. Like, why show up? So Jake kind of reams into her, and he has a right to. He's done it, so I don't have as much right to. But I always find her entertaining. I just wish she would stay longer on the challenges so I can make fun of her more. I know it's reality TV, guys. It's the only reality TV I really watch, so give me some slack, okay? I can talk a little bit about Naked and Afraid. And I'm also watching, which I wish I could stop and I can't stop watching, is True Crime Weekly. It's Crime Weekly. Crime Weekly is the name of the podcast. It's with Derek Levasseur and Stephanie Harlow. And oh my God, it's better than Unsolved Mysteries. It's better than 2020. It's better than anything on television, and I can't stop watching it. And I'm so mad at myself because I paid for all these subscriptions, and here they are just sitting there free for me to watch. And I am soaking it all up. I will link that below. I'll link both the books below. She's out of Beetlejuice bags, and I think Laura of Always Be Kind Yarn has 3 sock sets of the Beetlejuice colorway left in her shop. As of right now, they may be sold out, but I think you might still be able to snag one by the time this comes out. That is it for me. I need more water, and I think I need a nap because I'm a little tired. I will see you guys soon. I never like to say when because life gets in the way. Oh, one more thing that I was watching is the Honey Bun podcast with I forget her name, but I'll link her podcast below too. She's fairly new and she's a crazy sock lady like the rest of us. Her, Shelabobby. I haven't heard from Shelabobby in a minute, so she's probably busy with her chickens. But yeah. That is it. I did get the Maze of Skeins pre-order for her Wicked collection, and then I also got, I think that's it. I've been good. I just got the Slip Chicks bags thing. Oh, Woolens and Nosh. I got the Woolens and Nosh Advent, and then I got, sorry, I thought I saw a bug. My bad. Okay, it's time for me to go. I got the Woolens and Nosh Advent, and then I also got the Mare of Halloween Town because I needed more Halloween colors. Anyway, that is it for now. I need sleep. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing and liking and sharing and loving and all the good things. And I gotta go knit all the socks. Knit all the socks. And bye. Thanks for watching.